Hello, I'm J.D. King, and I serve as the International Director of World Revival Network of Ministries. Over the last 11 years, I've been privileged to work with a lot of churches and ministry leaders. And, during this time, we've had a lot of great conversations about issues that are affecting the church. And we've talked about, many of the roadblocks, the challenges. I've had many conversations about the lack of finances to fund our outreach efforts and other church ministries that we're trying to do, and and others have talked a little bit about the need to get more volunteers and workers. We're struggling. How do we get people that can really help us do what we're called to do? And and of course, there's all kinds of issues that are being brought up today. We're having hard times in the areas of teaching and preaching. People just aren't listening the way they used to, and disengaging, and these are crises. These are problems that many church leaders are going through, and I've enjoyed talking about them, and I've enjoyed hearing maybe some of the answers of how we deal with this, and in these conversations, I think that it's come to light, at least for me, maybe there's one area, one change, one area that if we could better understand, that it would help us do much better in terms of our ministry today. There's one thing I believe that will be a game changer. One area that if we would actually learn to apply this better, we might see a growth in so many of these areas that we're struggling. What is this area? I believe it's a need to shift from the focus on knowledge to a shift on doing, the shift from knowledge to action. Now, we have all kinds of problems with this in the church. I guess we come by it honestly. We come from this lengthy Western tradition that was, really focused on print and philosophy and other things of that nature. And we spend so much time preaching abstract sermons and dealing with dogmatics and theology and all. And it's a lot of great ideas, but so often there's no action. And as I look at the young people that are in their teens and people that are starting college, they're ready to go and do something. They're interested in action. They're interested in social justice. They're interested in flying to Haiti and rescuing the Haitians. They're interested in rescuing the women that are involved with sex trafficking. They're interested in getting involved with the environmental movement and cleaning up our oceans. And they're wanting to do and to act and respond. And they come to church and they're just offered a lot more knowledge. They're offered just another straight row in a discipleship class that's just interested in points and concepts. And I know they're frustrated, and I think others are frustrated. And there are a number of reasons why I think this change is happening and why we have to understand better the need to change from knowing to doing. I think part of it can be related to the way things are being communicated. We are very much shaped by the mediums of expression. In years past, as I mentioned, people were shaped by the books and by print media, which was very interested in abstract thinking and philosophy. Well, now young people are watching television. They're engaging on the internet. It's more of a broadcast and digital media that's much more image-driven, much more defined by concrete concepts and ideas. And they're just not motivated by the abstract. They're not just motivated by information. They want to see something actual. They want to see something on the ground. And I'm afraid the church is not really offering that. We need to have a game changer in the ministry today and move from knowing to doing. I think one of the best examples of this is, as we could look at in the Bible, Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4, in that it says, I will love the Lord with all my heart, mind, soul, and strength. The idea of loving God. And the Hebrews spent so much time talking about this idea of learning how to express their love to God. Well, we in our own churches, we don't talk a lot about how we love God. We spend our time focusing on teaching people how to know that God loves them. You need to know that God loves you, and people hear that, and that's a truth, and that's good. But, I don't see that really making the change in the lives of people. We like that. That's a joyful thing. It's something that certainly impacts us positively. But how much more powerful is it to say, you know what? This is not just about God loving you, but this is about you loving God. This is about what you're going to do. I believe today we could have a game changer in the church if we would focus on really acting and moving, if we would get a better grasp of models and tangible illustrations and ways that people can really act and move. I think people are sitting in our churches and ministries, and they're asking, I hear what you're saying. I believe it's true, but give me a tool to actually respond. Show me how to do this. In this day and hour, I believe there's a game changer on us, and that's the need to move from knowing to doing.